Alright then my friends, so we've already seen a few basic string methods in the last video, and remember, methods are just functions that belong to a specific object or object type. Now let's have a look at some more methods. So first of all, I'm going to create a new variable called email and set that equal to mario@thenetninja.co.uk. And let's spell this correctly. Okay, so now let's use some methods on this variable right here. So the first one I'm going to show you is called last index of. Now I'm going to store the results in a variable called result and set this equal to email.lastIndexOf. So we're using this method on the email, which is the string, and this method finds us the last index of a particular character in that string. So for example, say I want to find the last instance of, I don't know, something like n, then we pass that in there as a string, right? The string is the argument. That's going to find us the position of the last n it comes across inside this string, which is this. So the position of this n. So now let's come down here and say console.log result, just to see if this works. And we'll preview this in a browser. And we can see 14. Let's just quickly count. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Spot on. Okay, so that works. All right, let me comment this out and let's move on to the next one. So next, I'd like to do a method called slice. And what slice does is essentially slice a section from the string. So let's do this. We'll say let result this time equal to the email, which is the string, dot slice, and inside we pass in 2 arguments this time, not just one like we have been doing up here, now 2 arguments. Now the first argument is where we want to slice from. So if we want to slice from the beginning, we say position 0. The next argument is where we want to slice to. So if we want to slice to position 10, we say position 10. And if we save that, we're still logging out the result, which is this over here. So let's save it, view in a browser, and we can see this. Okay, so it slices that section from 0 to position 10 and it logs that to the console now when we do it here. So let's change this to 5 and we should just get the first 5 letters, which is Mario. Cool. So remember, the first argument is where we go from, the second argument is where we go to. Okay, so we could do this if we wanted to from 2 to 5 and we get something like Rio. All right then. So the next one I'd like to show you is similar to slice, and we'll set result equal to this. So let result equal to email dot substr, so substring. And what we're going to be doing with this is making a substring from this. It's very much like slice, but the 2 arguments represent something slightly different. So the first one is still the start position. So if I say 0, I'm saying start from position 0. But this time, the second argument is how many characters we want to go along. So if I say 10, then it's going to get us the first 10, right? Which is the same as 0 to 10 here. But if I say 4 to 10, then it's going to go from position 4 and it's going to carry on 14. So I'm going to save this now and let's view this in a browser. And now we can see it goes from position 4 up to position 14. It gets 10 characters, okay? So that's the difference between these 2 methods. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. I'll say let result equal to email, and this time we'll use a method called replace. Now what replace does is replace a certain character in the string with another character. So it takes 2 arguments. I'm going to say m, and if I pass in the second argument to be w, then what it's going to do is find the first m inside this string and replace it with a w. Now the first m is right here, so let's save this and test it. And we can see now we get Wario at the Net Ninja. So it's replaced that first m. Cool. Okay then, so let's do another example of this method. What I'm going to do is say this time let result equal to email.replace, and we're going to replace this time n with w. So what do you think is going to happen here? Because we have several n's. We have this one, and this one. Well, if I save it, let's have a look. And we can see Mario@thewetninja.co.uk. So it's only replaced the first n right here. So that's what this replace function does. When we just pass it in a simple string like this, it replaces the first one it comes to with this. We can use this with regular expressions to do something a little bit different, but since we've not touched on those yet, we'll leave that for later. Now there are some other string methods that I do want to show you, but we're going to be looking at those as we carry on through the course.